Welcome to Room with Destination Homes, where you'll discover details about new home construction from different perspectives. If you're curious or have questions about home building, you'll find answers as we go room to room. Hi, I'm Ryan with Destination Homes, and here we are once again for another episode of Room to Room. And today, my guest is Shawn McNeely, and you are our drafting manager. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay, great. And tell us, first of all, let's get to know you a little bit, and then how you came to find Destination Homes. Where are you from?
I'm born and raised in Wyoming, so I know people think it doesn't exist, but I'm here.
Yeah.
Rock Springs, Wyoming is where I'm from. All my family kind of just migrated there in the 1800s, and they all lived right there in that little town.
Yeah, anything particular that brought you to Utah?
I had an opportunity to go to school down in Denver, Colorado, and I ended up kind of floating around, and eventually I ended back up here in the valley, but mostly to be around my wife's family.
Okay. You are drawing people's homes, essentially, before they are built. Can you tell me how you decided to get into drafting, first of all?
Well, that's pretty easy. So I've always loved putting pencil and paper to help my art. And I really love to draw, and I'm pretty good freehand, but I saw my dad draw up a home when I was little. It was actually, we had a cabin up by Jackson, and it collapsed. And as a family, we decided to rebuild this, and my dad took on the responsibility because the Forest Service needed some representation. He drew up the home.
Oh, wow.
So my dad kind of had a background in architecture to some degree, so
Okay.
I got to watch my dad draw up that home. And
Very cool. Any other hobbies or anything like that that make Shawn kind of interesting?
life is a changing episode, right? I mean, how you embrace it, I think, is where we're at. But currently, my passion would probably be trail running.
When we're talking about drafting, what is it about drafting and the drawing and stuff like that that brings a smile to your face?
You know, because I've worked so much with field people. Throughout my whole career, I've had this opportunity to always be involved with who's building off of my drawings. Helping those guys be able to make their stuff. I mean, ultimately, these wonderful homes that we build, it's because of them. I mean, they're the ones who put the icing on it. You know, I put down a little foundation, so if my stuff isn't right, I get a lot of phone calls, so it's almost like the less I hear from them, the better, but making their job easier. So when I look at a drawing and I see like clean dimensions and I'm able to read it easily, when I'm reviewing it and it's meeting some codes that I know about, those things just make me smile. It makes it accurate. You know, it makes it so that it's usable.
Yep.
And a usable drawing is just a beautiful thing.
Well, Shawn, we're here in the kitchen now, and this is a beautiful kitchen. This is my dream. Lots of space, just beautiful cabinets, but I don't want to talk about it from my perspective. You've got a lot more that you could probably share from the creation of this space, from the drawings to what we see here. So talk to me about how do you take something that's the two-dimensional drawing and really help someone build this out?
Right, so primarily, we're looking for a lot of space. I mean, in the kitchen, because this is where the family gets together. This is where the family gathers, and I have a huge family myself. So having lots of space, get lots of people walking around. I think we've all seen some of those awesome cooking shows, right?
Yeah.
Back Chef or whatever, you know, and you got as many girls as I do. I have 6 girls, so I've had them all in the kitchens with me at times, and it is really a space play, right? We're trying to get as much stuff as we can in as clean a space as we can. So we look for functionality aspect of it. You know, we have our sink in proximity to our stove, which is close to our ovens, close to the fridge. So we're looking for building things together so that one person can actually use them, but that they're far enough apart and there's enough workspace. And that's what I love about this kitchen. Look at the space that we have just on either side and the big old island we have.
Right. Shawn, talk to me about being connected to the customer. And, you know, you're working in the office, but obviously the end result, the end product is for someone that's going to be entertaining, you know, family or, you know, having big meals or whatever. Like, are you thinking about them as you're drawing this?
Oh, for sure. We're using our personal, experience with kitchens. we have one,
Yeah.
to kind of help guide us. Often the drafters will come to me and they'll say, hey, I looked at this and, I'm thinking this would be a more functional if we did this or we changed this. We're trying to apply our own personal experiences with that. But also we have the advantage of seeing all of the customers. So we're working through a lot of different people looking at these same plans, right? And we kind of figure, or we don't figure, we know what the customers are starting to like or where they're trending to and how it's looking. So we can kind of compile those two things, right? Our personal likes and what we're seeing as the requested features in the kitchen and kind of how they pull together. So we're able to kind of help some of those things. And it's pretty common for us in drafting to call up on the cells and say, hey, did you talk to the customer about adding this feature?
Oh, yeah.
Because it would really look nice, or this would really accent in here. So we try to look out that way.
So that makes me think of kind of the company mission statement: exceptional homes, lasting communities. Every one of us have a part in doing that. What would you say, maybe it's just piggybacking on some of these thoughts that you just shared, but how does someone in the drafting department add to exceptional homes in lasting communities?
I have a new hire right now, and so this is a lot of the topics that we're going through.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get him, what I love, because I seriously love working for Destination. It's bringing those little qualities together into a drawing. We're trying to make something functional for the customer, but we put a lot of heart into our drawings, and we take a lot of pride into them. And I think the biggest part of it is being able to produce something. We produce in paper, right? That can make something that's livable, and not just livable, but something where you're going to bring people to entertain to. You're going to bring people, new people into your home, friends, and maybe additional family. And that we're developing a place that everyone wants to be.
Shawn, Destination Homes has never been like a full-on custom builder. People that come sometimes will have ideas and they're like, hey, I love this plan, but I'd like to do this, this, and this. And to those requests, sometimes we just have to say, well, maybe, what about this, Talk to me a little bit about why that works for Destination Homes and how we try our best to accommodate different needs with some of the options that we have.
Ultimately, we're trying to maintain the integrity of a neighborhood, a community, right? So there's certain things that we really do not do on the outside of the house for sure. Changing the basic look of the house is something we do not want to mess with, because we've designed these houses to look good together.
Yeah.
And to have a variety. We don't want to have a neighborhood where everything's looking the same. That's on the outside. On the inside, we do have some, we package it together in some options. So, looking at what the changes we would want to have made, our product design team is fantastic in kind of looking forward and having that experience, right, of what those customer packages, upgrades would want in the first place. So we build our option package around that. So we do have a lot of options in a lot of our homes that we're able to migrate to, bigger master bathrooms, a different kind of kitchen layout. But there's some foundational reason behind that. We work from a set of plans that are engineered, right? And we have solid homes that are going to last a lifetime. So we don't want to make some changes that are going to cause an integrity issue or anything like that. So we are very careful of what we would allow coming in, but there's plenty to do still.
Yeah.
And there's lots of enhancements that functionality just really improve the home that the customer's always free to do, and adding outlets, adding light switches, adding lights.
Yeah.
Those types of things are available always.
My understanding has always been, well, let's do the homework for the options that work for a wide range of scenarios, and then present those to the buyer so that they can choose the one that works for them. And then we already have it figured out. We have it drawn. We can just implement those things and just be off to the races, really.
Exactly, and time is money, and especially in the market today. I mean, being able to have a house go up faster is very critical. And if we spend a lot of time on customizing a home for anything, then it's going to take more time.
Yeah.
So we have this process pretty well defined, so we're able to have a really quick turnaround.
So talking about customizations and ideas and things like that, I'm sure you've probably been pouring through plans and just gone, God, we don't have an option for this, or maybe this would be cool. Is there anything that sticks out as far as an option, or just something in the community that you think, if I could add that, yeah, I would make that part of the package?
So I said I grew up in Rock Springs, and I actually lived in a neighborhood that had the same type of feel. And something that's really like prominent in a destination community is all of the porches and doors face each other. And they're designed that way, and the garages are kind of in lanes and back little areas. I grew up in a neighborhood like that in Rock Springs, and this neighborhood had like a big court in the middle. And gosh, I remember going out in the court and playing football with all my friends. I remember just the feeling of the community that really made my heart go, right? And when I found Destination Homes, something felt right. And it took me a long time to really analyze why I was drawn to these homes so much, but it's because of that community feel.
Well, Shawn, it's a pleasure to get to know you, and I love that when you were introduced to kind of the area and Destination Homes, that it was familiar for all the great reasons why you loved Rock Springs, where you grew up, and I think it all adds up to great talented people like yourself and the team of people that you work with that make it all happen. Thanks for joining us today on Room to Room, and we'll see you on the next one.